boy Codename back at it again with another spoiler video. Today we're going to be talking about the One Piece chapter 1100. Dang, that sounds funky. Today we're going to be talking about chapter 1100. This so without further ado, let's just jump in. Bullet point one says that Saturn forced Kuma to become a Shichibukai and a cyber without memories. Because if he didn't, Bonnie would be arrested. Now this is pretty interesting because um I would think that I don't know, for some reason I had this in my mind where they got him by the balls, so to say, in a different way. This kind of seems part of the course, you know, because he would have done it regardless. Whoever it is that had came up to him, even if it was Satan himself, which Saturn, Satan, you know. But I just always thought it would have been more. Um, yeah, and it's also weird too, because within the last chapter, that wasn't really on Vegapunk's mind. They wasn't planning on making him a cyborg at all. Vegapunk just said he wanted the blood, and then that's when Saturn came in. I guess he's doing this so he can like core the threat that is cause he is a Buccaneer at the end of the day. So well, here the next bullet point says Kuma obeys, but in exchange he negotiates Bonnie's safety. So this bullet point right here is very interesting because we can go back to what was it? Was it after the Paramount War when Akainu had ran into Blackbeard and they had Bonnie, which looking back at it with the information we know now, Blackbeard, we looking at you different, weirdo. But yeah, it makes sense as to why Akainu has said what he said, and as soon as they had captured her, before you knew it, boom, she was back on the street. So it's all making sense now. I was wondering why is that, but the thing here is, why did Saturn have to agree with that particular stipulation? Is it because he knows that Bonnie is a celestial dragon? Because honestly, he could just say we will kill her, but her safety, dog, is out of my hand. But then again, right? If you become a Shichibukai, everybody that's affiliated with you kind of get that privilege too. So regardless of what, Bonnie would have kind of been safe, which is not really. I don't really think that's actually guaranteed, but I guess he put that in that grandfather clause in there for a reason. And now the third bullet point here says the operation of both would take a long time and the world and would be carried. The operation of both would take a long time and would be carried out in Egghead's laboratory. You might be too young if you don't know that reference. Under the supervision of Kizuru. So this is interesting because I'm thinking from this right here is when this is when Vegapunk started researching into the lasers that he implemented in the Pacifista. Yeah, we know with what's his name? Mr. Sumo guy. Shit, I'm not thinking his name right now. Fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. What is his name? What is his freaking name? Shit, what is his name? God damn it. What is that man's name? Sentamaru. Thank God. But we know, thanks to Sentamaru's flashback, that, you know, Kizaru and Old Man Punk already knew each other. But then again, unless he's just a curious guy and just wants to know everything, which he is, I don't really see a reason why he will specifically want to look into Kizaru powers before that. But now that he's making a pacifista and Kizaru is always around him, that's probably when they really got locked in, and that's when he really started saying and said, this would be a good thing to implement since we can't really do nothing with, synthesizing Loki as devil fruit. We can use this part of your devil fruit and implement them in the pacifista. And guess who else gonna thank Kizaru for that? Our own Tanky Frankie, yes sir. The next bullet point says, after the operation, Bonnie returned to the kingdom of Sorbet and Kuma became a Shichibukai. So this is part of the course, like they actually kept their Saturn actually kept his promise. So that's kind of, you know, a little jarring, but not really because we don't really know the guy like that to really put that out there. But this is very interesting to say the least. And the next bullet point says here, we see the reaction of the other Shichibukais of the time and Kuma. We see the other Shichibukai. Fuck. We see the reaction of the other Shichibukai of the time to Kuma's appointment. With this bullet point, mainly what I really want to know with that is who were the previous Shichibukai that we don't already know. We know Boa's been a Shichibukai for a long time. Dofi. Who else is a Shichibukai? Crocodile. Maybe I'm thinking maybe Crocodile at the time was not, but I'm pretty sure he was at that time a Shichibukai. But who is this, if any, mysterious Shichibukai that we do not know? That's something I really want to know. The next bullet point says, at the end of the chapter, Kuma sends a letter to thanks. The next bullet point here says, at the end of the chapter, Kuma sends a letter of thanks to Bonnie. The title of the letter is related to that. The title of the chapter is related to that letter. This is very interesting because if I'm thinking what I'm thinking, nobody in the government had access to this letter. I'm thinking he just sent it by New School. That's an interesting idea. How did he get that letter to her? Who sent it? Maybe he flew it. Maybe he actually flew it himself with his devil fruit. Duh. But here, what it did Kuma send this letter before his memory was completely gone, or is it after? Because if he's sane enough to write a letter, I'm pretty sure it's before his memory was completely wiped out. With that being said, what is in that letter? It probably isn't really something like something that's gonna really wow the that's gonna really push the story forward because at the time she was a little girl. I'm pretty sure Kuma not trying to put all that on her, but what if it is something in there that leads us to something where Kuma gets his memory back or he tells her something vital within that letter, because is they're not just gonna send that out there, something vital within that letter that we need to know. Or maybe I'm just wrong, maybe I'm just thinking too much into it. And here the final bullet point says, in the final panel we see Kuma has arrived at Fusha Village, Luffy's birthplace. Now this is interesting, very interesting. Why Fusha Village? Like in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to the whole One Piece as a whole, Fusha Village is remote. Fusha Village, if you know about the DMV, Fusha Village is just like the Wardorf of the One Piece. If you know, you know. But yeah, so and what is this? It has to be some significance to Fusha Village that he would just pop up here. Is he looking for Nika? Does he know Nika originated? Like the current reincarnation of Nika came from there. Like why Fusha Village? Does Garp have something to do with this? It's so many questions with that one bullet point right there, especially like Fusha Village is so remote. Like you would never think we would think that he would go to Egghead. But Fusha Village, like I really want to see what's going on with this Fusha Village. But there you have it, boys and girls. That's been the chapter spoiler. And when the full chapter spoiler does come out, we're gonna cover that again. So like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for the next video to drop.